Hi everybody, it's Mary and it's so right. And today I'm going to be talking about putting on beads. And yes, they would be strung. Just to clarify, we're not doing this kind of beads. We're doing string beads. Okay. You would, whatever machine you have, you would look to your company for a pearl, a beading foot. Some don't have ones that are classified as beading, but they have other terms. Some have it in their piping feet that you could use the piping feet for it. But for instance, here, I'm working on the Baby Lock Solaris Vision, and they have a foot called the Pearl and Piping Foot. And when you do open this up, you're going to have instructions in there as to how to prepare and the size of bead that would work with it. So I'm opening this up. So over here, it tells me that I'm going to be using a zigzag stitch. My stitch length shouldn't be more than 2.0. My stitch width should be from 3.0 to 7.0. Now that also will be factored in about the size of the bead. So it's something that you'd be testing. Over here, it says that your beads could be up to 4 millimeters. And I do know that these beads are 4 millimeters because I measured them. So they're not smaller though, but they are 4 millimeters. So now let's take a look at the foot itself. This way. This is what the foot looks like. And the thing that's great about it is the underside. There's a channel here. So if you're not sure if your beads are going to work, just take your string of beads and lay them into the groove. And these lay perfectly flat inside that channel. So I know they're going to stitch, right? They're going to stitch well. So now I'm going to take my fabric and I'm going to explain to you different ways, applications. I'm going to sew them to the right side of the fabric. And I'm going to put the foot on. Oh, I keep reaching in the back. I'm going to put the foot. I just put the foot on. And then I'm going to take my beads. And I'm going to slide them inside that little tunnel. And they fit so nicely in there. And then I'm really going to know that they work well is when I put the foot down. And I can't pull the beads out. I mean, I could, but they are nice and snug in there. And now all I have to do is test the stitch width and the stitch length. So I'm turning my hand wheel. I will not start to sew until I test it. Now, the instructions had said that the stitch width should be 3.0, which I'm going to change on my screen. And it said I could go up to 2.0 stitch length. So then after I do that again, I'm going to test my stitching by hand turning the wheel. You always want to do something like this by testing with the hand wheel, not by just pushing on the foot pedal and going. You want to make sure that the beads are not interfering with or I should say the needle interfering with the beads. So now that I did that, I can just go along. And it's stitching them down. Love this stuff. All right, I'm going to trim just so that I'm going to take this out. And I want you to see, I used a green thread so that you could notice what it looks like, but you would match your thread to your fabric. So this could be down the middle of a garment, or maybe it would be along the edge of a collar or the facing of a garment. So like I said, you're not doing this kind of bead stuff. You're doing this kind. So imagine I wanted beads along this edge. I would do it on the open piece. And even though there's a seam here on my garment, I would have it opened. And then I would sew the beads right along that edge. And then when I go to finish the garment, I would fold it. So there would be the beads right along there. Isn't that cool? I love this stuff. So if you have any questions, you know, you can call me too, 718-468-5858 at So Right. And I hope to hear from you in the little messages that you give me on the YouTube videos. So have a good day. Bye.